What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. A Clash at the Castle looks to be one of the WWE's greatest events in recent memory, and the show has some huge matches booked. And whilst we can't guarantee a great show, we can tell you who to expect to enter the winner's circle. Join us now as we look at all the winners and losers of Clash at the Castle. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. And we start off with the SmackDown Women's Championship match as champion Liv Morgan takes on Shayna Baszler. And despite some initial misgivings about how Liv Morgan was presented as a paper tiger, we like where this story is going. Expect to see the champion introduce some new moves thanks to her getting MMA training from Riddle, moves that should make a difference between victory and defeat. Baszler will still give Morgan a brutal battle, but Morgan's heart and newly honed MMA skills will see her fight her way to victory. The only course the WWE can have Morgan take unless it wants the WWE Universe to continue booing her. Baszler is getting a renewed push and regaining some of her edge, but it's still questionable whether the WWE sees her as a women's champion, at least on the main roster. But our final prediction, Liv Morgan retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, don't be surprised if Ronda Rousey shows up to get some revenge on Morgan and Charlotte Flair returns to get her own revenge on Rousey. What this means for Morgan's women's title reign could be one of the WWE's most important storylines in the women's division, as it affects all three women standing. Will the WWE use Rousey and or Flair to get Morgan over, and how will the fans react? As we've discussed in our Clash at the Castle news and rumors video, fans may be seeing a double turn from Rousey and Flair as Ronda goes heel and Charlotte goes babyface. Next up is a 6-person tag match as Bianca, Belair, Alexa Bliss and Asuka take on Bayley, Dakota Kai and Io Sky. And while Bayley's Damage Control group came up short in the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament, fans shouldn't rule out Dakota Kai and Io Sky from winning the titles in the near future, especially if the controversial finish leads to them getting a rematch. Damage Control has already put Becky Lynch on the shelf with a storyline injury, effectively putting the women's roster on notice that no one is safe. Unfortunately, Bayley and co have 3 world-class opponents in Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and as good as Dakota Kai and Io are, they're not at their opponent's level, well, just yet. Look for the heels to gain the advantage with the usual rule-breaking chicanery, but for the babyfaces to rally and win this one, sending the fans home happy. The beauty of the babyfaces winning here is that it should not affect Damage Control because all 3 members of the group can bounce back with title wins later in the year. Our final prediction, Bianca Belair, Asuka and Alexa Bliss win the match. Next up, it's Matt Riddle vs Seth freaking Rollins. This one has been quietly brewing over the summer as the WWE seems to understand that Seth Rollins needs to be protected until Cody Rhodes returns from his injury. However, it's also important that some of the WWE's biggest babyfaces step up and try to get revenge for Cody, effectively shutting the always mouthy Rollins up. At the same time, Triple H has stretched this out so that Clash at the Castle appears to be Matt Riddle, yes, we said his full name, and Seth freaking Rollins' first match at a premium event. The build-up for this has been outstanding, with Rollins taking Riddle out before their previously scheduled match at SummerSlam, then dispatching Riddle at the biggest party of the summer when an injured Riddle made the mistake of calling Rollins out. The backstage brawls and trash talk between these 2 Raw regulars jumped a level on this week's Raw when Rollins mocked Riddle losing his family to divorce, leading to Riddle going off on a profanity-laced tirade. Riddle is solidly entrenched in an uppercard superstar and will likely be in the main event soon. However, Rollins is untouchable now and no one is going to defeat him until Cody Rhodes returns. Look for the Visionary to steal the win from the Ultimate Bro, adding even more heat to himself. Our final prediction, Seth Rollins defeats Matt Riddle. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship match as champion Gunther with Ludwig Kaiser takes on Sheamus with the Brawling Brutes of Ridge Holland and Butch. This match promises to be a fully fledged war as 2 of the WWE's toughest unleash their fury on each other. As good as Drew McIntyre vs Roman is going to be, this could steal the show. Perhaps the biggest X factor in this match is the presence of the Brawling Brutes. Obviously, Sheamus has a 2-on-1 advantage when it comes to outside interference, but if the rumors of Butch working his old bruiserweight gimmick from his Pete Dunne days are true, fans could see Butch break off onto his own. Regardless, look for Gunther to win this one after a fierce fight, a reminder that his SmackDown push is only getting started. Our final prediction, Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio versus the Judgment Day of Damien Priest and Finn Balor with Rhea Ripley. This match shows how a promotion can revive a seemingly stale storyline and stretch it out much longer than expected. The Judgment Day seemed dead on arrival after Edge's exit, but Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor and Damien Priest have stepped up on promos, and the WWE is giving them the right amount of TV time, wins and beatdowns on opponents to restore their edge. Whilst there's little doubt Dominic Mysterio is turning heel, the WWE's willingness to let storylines play out over time doesn't mean Papa Ray's conflicted son will join Judgment Day at Clash. However, it would be the ideal place to do so and make the group into a vehicle for helping younger talent like Ripley, Dominic and Damien move up the ladder. In Finn's case, he may be just happy to have some TV time after the last few years in WWE. A look for Dominic to accidentally cost Rey and Edge the win, later revealing his true colours, and for the Judgment Day to continue their feud. Our final prediction, the Judgment Day wins. And finally, it's now time for the main event as the Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns takes on Drew McIntyre. A Clash at the Castle has some good matches on the card, but make no mistake about it, this is the type of show that is built around the main event more than anything else. As we've discussed in our Clash at the Castle News and Rumors video, this show is already a financial success, but it has a lot riding on it and how it's booked. As such, the WWE has to be careful not to alienate its UK fanbase by pulling the usual Roman Reigns shenanigans, and it needs to come up with a finish that sends the fans home happy. The question of course is, will the WWE put one or both titles on Drew McIntyre? On paper you'd think so, as the WWE has been going overboard in hyping Roman Reigns' many accomplishments as Universal Champion, as well as lauding himself for unifying the WWE Championship and Universal Championship. Additionally, Drew McIntyre suffered the type of beating on the 26th August SmackDown that will make him look like a mid-carder if he can't get revenge on Roman by taking a title off the Tribal Chief. There are other reasons to think the title will change. The WWE's broadcast partner, the USA Network, wants a world champion on Raw, and the WWE could benefit from a full-time champion, and Roman's run as champion is getting stale. In fact, some fans believe it already is. Like many fans of Roman's past opponents, the Scottish Warrior can beat the head of the table, but can he also deal with the interference from the bloodline? In this case, we have a feeling that things aren't going to go well from Sami Zayn from this week's SmackDown when he plays the Master of Ceremonies for Roman's latest victory celebration. Particularly since Sami backed off on helping Jey Uso against Kevin Owens when he had the chance to deliver a chair shot to KO. It goes without saying that if Sami gets annihilated, Kevin Owens, who is already with the bloodline for not paying him back for beating up Drew McIntyre not so long ago, will show up in Cardiff to offset any interference from the Usos. Sami might even show up depending on how badly he's beaten down on SmackDown. Fans can't rule out the presence of Karrion Kross either, who set his sights on both Roman and Drew. With so much potential for outside interference, we feel that the WWE is going to take the safe way out, and Drew is going to win by disqualification. The WWE has only used this once for Reigns' past offences, so it's not as if it's been run into the ground. This will hopefully send the fans home happy and also protect Reigns. Our final prediction? Wait, not just yet. Of course Drew will win by DQ, but then of course out comes Theory, who will again tease that he's going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. But we have a feeling not just yet. He's going to tease it, but not cash it in. But those are our final predictions for Clash at the Castle. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.